my gosh, Donald Trump wants reparations for white people?
And getting their money's worth. Furthermore, I will direct the Department of Justice to pursue federal civil rights cases against schools that continue to engage in racial discrimination and schools that persist in explicit, unlawful discrimination under the guise of equity will not only have their endowments taxed, but through budget reconciliation, I will advance a measure to have them fined up to the entire amount of their endowment. A portion of the seized funds will then be used as restitution for victims of these illegal and unjust policies that hurt our country so badly. Colleges have gotten hundreds of billions of dollars from hardworking taxpayers, and now we are going to get this anti-American insanity out of our institutions once and for all. We are going to have real education in America. Thank you.
Reparations for white people. This is America.
Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Give me a follow on X at @green_Jericho. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and to my other channel, Green's House. Now, you just heard that nonsense from the greasy lips of Donna Limon. She played a clip from Trump today announcing his plan to cut the cancer out of our college campuses. I will play the entire clip for you. It's about 2 minutes long, a little bit long, but bear with me. There's a lot of good information in there. And he's talking about getting rid of the DEI programs, fining and placing lawsuits on these schools who are refusing kids entry into college because they don't fit their utopian wet dream. They don't fit their racial dream board of, we have campus full of people of color and the evil white people, because they're white, they have a leg up on everybody else, so they don't need to be helped. They don't need to be led into these institutions. We need to flood them with people of color, but not all people of color. We don't want the Asians. And as you heard in there, Donna Limon's dumbass said, reparations, but for white people? No. Don't forget the Asian kids who were also told to fuck off because they were too smart, because they had to make room for other people of color, because they had to make room for African-American students and students who are in the alphabet soup group of Ku Klux Klans. Everything in our society needs to be merit-based, a meritocracy, if you will. If you earn it, you will get it. If you don't earn it, you will not get it. It's very simple. So easily a caveman could understand it. So what's the problem? Who would have a problem with anything that he said? DEI has obviously run rampant and metastasized in the higher learning institutions, college campuses all across the country. It's a problem. You're turning out little activists, not productive members of society. We need people to do certain jobs. That's why they pay so well. We need people to get higher education, whether that be college or a trade school. We need people to do things. We need people to make society run and grow. And in a lot of cases, you have to go to school for that. People need to be fed. People need to be healed. They need to be housed. A college should be a place of exactly that, higher learning, not radicalization, not making little brown shirts to put out into the world. People need to get degrees in things that matter. Now, if you got the money and you want to waste it, that's fine. But even let's say degrees that you can't put into use into the real world as easily as some others, it should not be about indoctrination. That's what college campuses have become. So you have this army of people who have a degree in cat vagina function, And they're little activists. They're pissed off at the system when it's a system that put the battery in their back in the first place and want to come out here in the world and fuck things up and expect the world to run the way it does in their kaleidoscope of a brain. So right now I'm going to play the entire clip of Trump talking about his plan to rid the college campuses and the universities of this country of the cancer known as D.E.I.
Tuition costs at colleges and universities have been exploding, and I mean absolutely exploding, while academics have been obsessed with indoctrinating America's youth. The time has come to reclaim our once great educational institutions from the radical left, and we will do that. Our secret weapon will be the college accreditation system. It's called accreditation for a reason. The accreditors are supposed to ensure that schools are not ripping off students and taxpayers, but they have failed totally. When I return to the White House, I will fire the radical left accreditors that have allowed our colleges to become dominated by Marxist maniacs and lunatics. We will then accept applications for new accreditors who will impose real standards on colleges once again and once and for all. These standards will include defending the American tradition and Western civilization, protecting free speech, eliminating wasteful administrative positions that drive up costs incredibly, removing all Marxist diversity, equity, and inclusion bureaucrats, offering options for accelerated and low-cost degrees, providing meaningful job placement and career services, and implementing college entrance and exit exams to prove that students are actually learning and getting their money's worth. Furthermore, I will direct the Department of Justice to pursue federal civil rights cases against schools that continue to engage in racial discrimination and schools that persist in explicit, unlawful discrimination under the guise of equity will not only have their endowments taxed, but through budget reconciliation, I will advance a measure to have them fined up to the entire amount of their endowment. A portion of the seized funds will then be used as restitution for victims of these illegal and unjust policies that hurt our country so badly. Colleges have gotten hundreds of billions of dollars from hardworking taxpayers, and now we are going to get this anti-American insanity out of our institutions once and for all. We are going to have real education in America. Thank you.
Well, I think if you open your window right now, whether you're in a vehicle or you're in a building or your home, I think if you open your window and you stick your ear out, you're going to hear parents of kids who are about to be in college standing ovation. You can hear the roar of the crowd. Are you kidding me? So what you're telling me is you are going to make the colleges efficient. You're going to test them when they get there, and you're going to test them when they leave to make sure that my money's not being wasted. That sounds amazing, because I'm sure there are hordes of parents who are sick and fucking tired of their kid coming home with a degree in giraffe farts. What are you going to do with this? Take this degree upstairs, put it on the roll in the bathroom, and wipe your ass with it the next time you take a shit, because that's all it's worth. So you're going to make our college system work again? You're going to turn higher learning institutions into places where kids actually learn shit? No way. Who would be against that? Well, you saw who's against that. People like Donna Limon, the greasy lit bitch, the left. They don't want your kids learning things that are going to help them, that are going to give them a leg up in society, that are going to make them independent of the government, so maybe they can start their own business and not need the government, get a high paying job and not need the government for shit. The only thing they're going to need the government to do is get out of their way. You mean to tell me we're going to change these from indoctrination camps, brainwashing institutions back into colleges where debate and diversity of thought is welcome, not just the diversity of your appearance or the diversity of who you're having sex with. Wow, what a concept. What a bargain. And I like that he's going to bring civil rights lawsuits against these schools because that is racism. You are engaging in the systemic racism that you scream so much about. Again, those jumping up and down calling you the racist are the racist ones. You are doing the very thing that you wag your little weak ass finger that probably smells like somebody else's butthole. Ugh. You're wagging that little judgmental finger at us, calling us racist, misogynist, sexist, xenophobe, blah, 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 blah. The list of overused, perverted terms goes on and on. You know what I'm talking about. But this is great. And part of those proceeds are going to go to the people who got screwed over. Those Asian students and those white students. And I'm sure some black students. Maybe they found out that you had a pro-Trump post on your Instagram or that your mom or your dad supports Trump. You think they would deny entry to you for that? Yeah. We're talking about colleges here. Colleges here. You know that saying, it's different when the rabbit has the gun? Well, in this case, it's different when the nerd that used to get picked on and shoved in the locker has the power to let your kid into their institution or not. Now the nerd has the gun. Now the dork and the doofus who got picked on, now they have the gun. And if they smell any Republican or conservative on you, it's over. No matter what your color is, that trumps everything. No pun intended. You're a conservative, you're a Republican, but I'm a person of color. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, this outweighs all of that because it's personal. It's about their feelings. I love it. College should be a place that a parent is not afraid to send their child because they won't get them back the way that they sent them there. You want them to change intellectually. You want them to learn something. You want them to advance, but you don't want them to come back with half their head shaved and the other half blue talking about, Mom, I like girls now, with so much metal in their face that it's going to be a problem to travel at the airport. You don't want that. Come back with more knowledge, the ability to think better, to think for yourself, to question things that you don't think are right, to question things that don't pass the smell test. Yeah, I want you to come back like that. I want you to come back changed like that. But don't come back in my house talking about the patriarchy when the patriarchy paid for your punk ass to go to that bullshit ass university in the first place. You're not gonna have some salt and pepper ponytailed Hawaiian shirt wearing Subaru driving dickhead brainwashing my child for $50,000 a year. Nope. So this is what he's combating. Again, who the hell would have a problem with that? And he's going to get the DOJ involved. He knows where to squeeze. He knows what to do. You either get rid of this bullshit or you're going to be fined. Stop the nonsense or you're going to give us your dollars and cents. I like it. It's easy. I can understand it. Just educate. Challenge the mind. That's great. But don't indoctrinate. Don't brainwash. Don't try to undo what got us here as humans. Boys can be girls and girls can be boys. No, they can't. If that happens, we cease to exist as a species because somewhere down the line, somebody has to go like this. You can't go like this, and you can't scissor me timbers us into existence. This don't cut it. This don't cut it. Gotta get some of this. That was disgusting. I'm sorry about that. That was gross. But anyway, I like what he's doing. You talk about hitting the ground running. He's not even on the ground yet, and he's already running. Meet me in the comment section. Are you liking this Trump on a rampage for us? I do. Clean this shit up. Meet me in the comments. If you like what you heard, hit that link, get some merch, or hit the other link, hit the Cash App link, buy us a cup of coffee, whatever you want to do. But I want to hear what you think. Do you like Trump's plan? Do you think it's feasible? Oh, and notice he said it will not add a single dime to the deficit. I'm listening. Won't cost me shit. I'm listening. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. I'm out.